Later today, Donald Trump is heading to Michigan to hold a rally. Tomorrow, Vice President Harris will be campaigning there as well. Michigan has the largest Arab American population in the nation, a key group of voters in an important battleground state. Nationally, a new poll by Arab News and YouGov found that Trump is leading the vice president 45 to 43% among Arab Americans. It's still well within the margin of error. Joining us now from Dearborn, Michigan, is State Representative Al-Abbas Farhat, who represents part of Dearborn, which has one of the largest Arab and Muslim communities in the United States. Representative, thank you for being with us this morning. What are the main issues that you and your constituents care about when heading into this presidential election?
Look, by and away, the number one issue is the conflict in the Middle East. If you walk down these streets right here in Dearborn and knock on a door, everyone will tell you how they're being impacted firsthand by this conflict, whether it's a loved one they've lost, whether it's property that's been destroyed, whether it's concern for how to get aid to their family that's trapped. You know, I had a councilman here in Dearborn who lost his first cousin and their 3 children. That's what's on his mind, is how does he help support his family overseas? How does he do his part to end the suffering that we're witnessing? And that's top of mind for voters across my district.
You know, it's so important to talk about that, because so many times in politics one thinks that it's all about semantics and it's about policy differences and even, you know, a whole slew of things. But then there are moments when for the voter, what's happening in some part of the world has a direct impact on them in very real and visceral ways. How is this translating into the process, the democratic process in the United States, in your community?
Yeah, you know, I think that right now what my community is looking for is leadership that can recognize their suffering with humanity, that can dignify their experience. You know, we lost an American citizen in my district, Haj Kamal Jawad, who died while delivering humanitarian aid to his fellow Lebanese nationals there. That's as a result of an Israeli airstrike. You know, we've had to attend funerals week after week after week for folks who have lost loved ones. It's translating to real frustration right now for voters who are looking for leadership that's speaking clearly on the Middle East, that's speaking with dignity for their experience, and that can humanize it. You know, there has been some missteps, unfortunately, by the White House in recognizing the suffering over the past few months. And that's what my community is looking for right now. That's what this district is looking for, is leadership that can speak to this suffering in a way that has humanity and compassion and without qualifier. That's very important, without qualifier. Because the suffering and the killing of innocents is reprehensible, period, full stop. We should be able to have a government that can recognize that and hold perpetrators of some of the worst civilian casualties and the worst genocide that we've seen in a long time accountable. And that's what my constituency, and that's what this Arab American voting bloc is looking for.
So what is your specific message to the Harris campaign and to the Trump campaign as well? You want clarity. What exactly is your message to each one of these campaigns?
Yeah, I think, you know, they both sent some serious surrogates down to my district. You know, we had Senator Lindsey Graham, who was in Melvindale just 2 days ago. We have Congressman Ro Khanna coming through on behalf of Kamala Harris. You know, what I look for and what my district is looking for is when you speak to the suffering and when you speak to the loss of life and innocent human civilians, you speak without qualifier. And I think, you know, we've seen Vice President Harris call for a ceasefire. We've seen her do much stronger rhetoric than we've seen this current administration. But it's with qualifier. We'd see it without qualifier. You know, for many folks in my district, we felt like the 120,000 innocent civilians was enough reason for there to be a ceasefire. We felt that the killing of thousands in South Lebanon was enough for a ceasefire. Right now, we're looking for that clear vision and the fact that Arab Americans will have a seat at the table come 2025 and come the next administration that comes in.
State Representative Al-Abbas Farhat, I thank you very much for being with us today. Appreciate your time.